Hello, I am Kamora Ellis, the daughter of Ashley Curl and the granddaughter of Catherine Curl. My grandmother started her family right here where she was born, in Nacogdoches, Texas. Her parents are Edward and Irene Long. My great-grandfather, Edward Long, was born in Nacogdoches, Texas in 1920. A small town in East Texas, Nacogdoches is also known as the oldest town in Texas. He lived here his whole life and worked for the city of Nacogdoches driving the local dump trucks. Before that, many years he worked as a mechanic for J.D. Hartwright after his service in World War II. My great-grandmother, Irene Archie, was born in Timpson, Texas in 1930, and later on in her childhood, she moved to Nacogdoches. She was a homemaker for many years, and later on, she went to work at the local college, Stephen F. Austin University, in the custodian department for 20 years, and then she retired. Irene and Edward started a family in Nacogdoches, having 6 children, 4 girls and 2 boys, one of the 6 being my grandmother, Catherine Curl. I am fortunate enough to have my grandmother here with me today. She can tell you more about my great-grandparents and the history of our family. Hello, I'm Kamora Ellis, and today I will be interviewing
Catherine Long Curl.
How many siblings did you have?
It was 6 siblings. I had 4 sisters and 2 brothers. The oldest sister's name is Velma, and my next in line was Edward Lee. And then my sister that's deceased, her name was Margarine Long. And then it was me, I was the 4th child, Catherine Long Curl. And then we had Charlie Earl Long and my baby sister, Thelma Long Daly.
Where do we originate from?
My mother was born in Timpson, Texas, but I was born right here in Nacogdoches, Texas at Memorial Hospital.
Okay, is your dad from Nacogdoches?
Yes, my dad grew up in Nacogdoches. Growing up as a child here in Nacogdoches, everything was segregated. We had our own schools, the black school, then we had the white schools. We didn't integrate until 1971 is when they integrated the schools.
Well,
when I grew up here in Nacogdoches, we didn't have paved streets. All the roads were like dirt roads. And when I moved to California in 78, I think, 77, the roads were still like dirt roads. But when we came home to visit, like in 79, the roads had been paved. So that's how long it took to pave the roads over here in the black neighborhood. My father did serve in the military. He served during World War II, but I think that was before my time because I wasn't born until 1953. And when as far as I remember him working, my father started out as a mechanic. He worked for a man by the name of J.D. Hartwright. And he was just like, my father was just like a son to him. And like I said, Christmas time and Thanksgiving, we always had a turkey and a ham. And we did get presents. A lot of kids say they didn't get anything when it was coming up. They just had an orange, an apple, and some nuts. But we always had gifts to open up on Christmas morning. My mother and father made sure we had a good Christmas coming up. We had a normal childhood. We played in the streets till the street lights came on. We didn't have Barbie dolls back then. We made our own dolls out of Coke bottle and some rope and put some hair in there and a stick, and that was our Barbie doll. We walked on tin cans. We made our swing out of a tire on a tree and played softball in the street. But as I grew older, after I finished I graduated high school at Nacogdoches High School, which was integrated at the time. I only went to Nacogdoches High School 1 year after they integrated, because when they integrated, I was going to be a senior. And that's when they closed E.J. Cameron High School down. We had to go to the Nacogdoches High School. But after I graduated high school, I worked on a couple of jobs, and I met my husband in 1976. And I had my oldest daughter, Laquita Michelle, And when she was 2 years old, we moved to California, and we stayed in California while my husband was in the military for like 4 years. But when he returned from California, we moved back to Nacogdoches because that's where both our families was from. His mother's name was Helen Curl, and she was from Nacogdoches. And my parents, Edwin and Irene, were from Nacogdoches. So we didn't think about moving nowhere else. We decided to move right back here to home. And at the time we moved back, my daughter, Laquita Michelle, was 5 years old. And she went to school here, and I put her in twirling, dance, ballet, and all that. And my second daughter, which was Ashley Curl, she was born in 1982. They like 7 years apart. I have 5 grandchildren and 1 great grandson. My oldest grandson is 31, and my youngest grandchild her name is Kennedy, is 15 years old, and my great grandson Paxton just turned 2 years old.
It's amazing to see how far back the family tree really goes, and the roots all started in my small hometown, Nacogdoches. My grandmother raised her family where she grew up, and my mother continued the legacy, raising me and my sister in Nacogdoches as well. My grandmother, my mother, and me have all attended and graduated from Nacogdoches High School. I didn't realize until now that 3 generations of my family have been through that school, and my grandmother being there right from the start when they first integrated. I am proud to be part of the Curl family.